I do not like it. I'm gonna keep watching it because I'm a fucking Buffy shill, and I have to at least see everything to have a fucking opinion on it. And maybe for the next Buffy yearly video, I will cover why I don't like it. I don't like Connor either. I've just got to Connor, and I so far don't like him. Anyway, you guys can come back from eating lunch. I'm done talking about Angel. Let's move on to something that actually came out this year. Let's rant a little bit more. I feel like most of this year's Cosmonaut catch up is gonna be me ranting. Yeah, let's do this. Let's hit this one. So, one of the most miserable experiences I've had in a movie theater this year was when I was watching Alien Romulus. Alien Romulus is probably the maddest I've been watching a movie this year in the theater, to the point where I just wanted to leave. It's only infuriating because the first like quarter of this movie is really good. It sets up a lot that I feel like I was really engaged. I was like, okay, I like this backdrop. I like that we're getting a good look, excuse me, at like the civilian corporate side of the Alien universe. I really enjoyed that. I thought it was very engaging, and I was like, okay, I'm excited to see where this goes. And then almost immediately it nosedives into being a fucking member berries shot almost scene for scene bog standard alien movie where it just wants you to remember the other alien movies. I don't use member berries as an insult very often, but this was exactly that. It was a nostalgia bait slop fest. I despised it. And the fall off happens the second you see them create a CGI monstrosity of a dead actor that was in the other Alien movies. That was where I was like, oh no, 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 no. And then from the second that happens, the movie never does anything good ever again. It was atrocious. You can always tell which character is about to die. The movie does not pull anything interesting or surprising or shocking or stimulating at any point. It is, I wouldn't say like the pacing is bad in the movie. Like it is a well paced, like a standard. The pacing is standard, I should say. You know, like you can see a clear beginning, middle, end. It all flows together in a normal way. But the problem is that like in the good Alien movies, like Alien and Aliens, there's always like a moment where you think everything's okay and the movie's over, right? Those movies have like a very cool way of introducing a final battle, right? Where you think that Ripley has defeated the alien. You think that she saved the day. But there's one more thing. There's one secret boss, right? And that is where that's usually the coolest part of the movie. This movie tries to do that. And I will say, the final monster, like the final boss in this, looks fucking sick. It's not this. It's not this. I think the final boss in this movie, that was where I was like sitting like fucking here. I was like, I had my fucking eyes at the ceiling. I was on my like second fucking bag of Skittles gummies, and I'm like, get me the fuck out of here, man. I want to go home. But then when that fucking freak crawls through the doorway, I was like, hold on a minute. Hold on. I was like, I'm back. I'm back for a second. But that was it. That was the only time. And that was the last like 10 minutes of the movie. Right? That was the last that was the last chance for the movie to get me engaged, right? So like the very beginning chunk, I was really happy. And the very ending chunk, I was really happy. And then in the middle, I was miserable. I was so pissed off. You hated the face? I loved the face. The face was the best part. It was so freaky looking. That was like an idea where I was like, okay, I can now see why this director wanted to make this movie. You know, I can now see why they had this vision for something to show us something new. You know? But that middle chunk sucks. And I will say the ending is ruined in a small way because like I said, in those other Alien movies, Ripley, she saves the day, she defeats the alien, she's settling down, she's chilling out, she's in her underwear, her bush is out, and she's chilling. And you think the movie's going to end soon, but uh-oh. Silly you, audience. She still has one last battle. This, and it's a surprise. You don't know what more they could do, and then they surprise you. This one is ruined because you know something else is coming. The last monster is teased over and over again leading up to the final battle, right? So you know that something else is gonna happen. There's no like, oh my god, wait, the movie's not over. Holy shit, what the fuck? You don't have that. That doesn't happen. Because you are shown, this character actually has an alien in their belly, so you know that's gonna come out later, right? Like, it doesn't shock you. You're just waiting for the final battle to happen instead of like having it sprung on you. You know what I mean? I think it was very disappointing. It was very disappointing. The middle chunk of this movie is horrible. It is a bog standard Alien movie. If you have seen Alien 1 and 2, you have already seen this movie. If you haven't seen Alien 1 and 2, I could see you quite enjoying this film. I could see you liking this quite a bit. I think a lot of people who like it are very susceptible to nostalgia bait films like this, or they haven't seen better Alien movies before. But there are much better Alien movies, and this one is very desperately trying to be one of those. And I didn't like it. I did not like it. I think it was lazy. And except for the very end and the very beginning. Those those parts were not lazy to me. I genuinely don't understand anybody who liked this movie. I will question your taste. I'm sorry. But like, I cannot understand. If you liked Alien 1 and 2 and you watch this and you're like, that was peak. 10 out of 10, it was peak. I loved it. I don't understand that. If you haven't seen Alien and you like this, I think it's reasonable. Because this movie is trying to replicate something and it's doing it badly, but you don't have the framework for what, you know, a better movie, what the better movie in this universe looks like. So I think it's reasonable. But, god damn, fucking, it was just not as good. It was not as good as the thing it's trying to be. But the performances were good. The android guy, his performance is actually amazing. But unfortunately, they made him say a line that Ripley says in the second movie that he would actually never say for some reason. Why would he say that? I'm sorry. It's foolish. Just foolishness. And that's like the whole movie to me. That's the whole movie to me. Anyway. Yeah, that's the thing. He's referencing a line that in the timeline of the movie hasn't happened yet. Because this is set before Alien, the second Alien movie. But he says the same line Ripley says while she's fucking sleeping in cryo sleep. She hasn't even said that shit yet. Are you fuck like? Does everybody in this galaxy just say "Get away from her, you bitch"? Is that just like a common phrase for the humans of the alien universe? I don't understand. Did they all see that on a TV show once, and it's just in their cultural vocabulary? I'm sorry. So annoying. So I would give this Probably a 3 or 4. I can't express enough though that I really like that last monster. I loved it. I thought it was so cool. I thought it was so fucking sick. But I'll give it a 4. I'll give it a 4. I'm gonna be a little nicer. It was gonna be a 3, but I'm thinking about that monster. I really like that monster. No, it's a 3, 3.5, 3.5. We'll down the middle, 3.5. We'll leave it there. All right. So, we have 2 more things. We haven't talked about Penguin. Right? I didn't watch House of the Dragon. Sorry, I didn't watch season 2. I haven't gotten to it yet. Everybody wants me to talk about Penguin. I've been getting whenever I'm like tweeting stuff or whatever, there's always like 8 people, no matter what the tweet is. I could be tweeting about the current geopolitical conflict going on, and someone's gonna go into my fucking tweet and say, did you watch fucking Walrus Man 2 yet? I really want to know your opinion on Walrus Man 2. And I'm like, this is not the time and place, dude. All right? And out of all of those, I always keep track of what you guys want me to talk about the most if I haven't gotten to it so that I can cover it in Cosmonaut Catch Up at the end of the year, right? Number one thing was Penguin. By a long shot. The number one thing was Penguin. But I gotta make you guys take your fucking vegetables. I gotta make you eat your broccoli. So we're talking about my favorite movie of the year first. Fuck you. Challengers this is a movie for men. This is a movie for real men. All right? I fucking love this movie. This movie's amazing. Every single aspect of this movie is expertly crafted. It's a close battle between this and The Substance for me. While The Substance, like, there are 2 levels of what I want in a movie. The Substance is like over the top, bombastic, disgusting, fun. It's a fun movie to watch. And then this one, the framework is more subtle, but still not like, it's not hard to know what's going, like there's no subtext here either, really. You know what I mean? But the fact that this is basically a battle between 2 characters. Think of it like this. This movie could easily be retooled as 2 characters in a sword duel in the desert. And that's the whole film. And in that film, intercut in this sword duel, you are seeing why they don't get along with each other, right? But instead of a duel to the death is a tennis match. This whole framework of this movie is there's one tennis battle between these 2 guys, and you don't really know them yet, but you know that they have fucking beef with each other. And the film analyzes, it cuts in between this long, drawn out fight. It cuts in why they don't fuck with each other, right? And that framework is beautiful. The structure of this movie is addicting. I love the way this story is laid out, where you gradually learn bits of information about each of these 3 characters that are just twisted individuals, but the fact that they're all perfect for each other. This crazy throuple of dysfunctional people. Everything about this movie is beautiful. Everything about it. Zendaya's performance, I have not seen a lot of stuff with Zendaya in it. I didn't watch Euphoria, and I've seen the Spider-Man movies, but that's it. I don't know. What's she on? Wizards of Waverly Place or something? I don't know what she was on when she was a kid. She is amazing in this movie. The fact that she's like the main villain of the film, it's something that I didn't think I could see from her in a convincing way. You know? I would think that Zendaya would be a distracting character for me. I would think that just her being in it would be like, oh, well, that's Zendaya. But, and like, I think in Dune, she's fine. She's not my favorite part of Dune, personally. But here, she is the standout character of the film for me. Shake It Up was Zendaya's first show. So yeah, I was too old for that. I was in high school. I was not watching Disney Channel shit, you know. And the when I was saying that The Substance is the best looking movie, I up until that movie came out said this was the best looking movie. The things that this film does with the camera are insane. This scene right here oozes style. You want to talk about aura? Somehow this movie has so much aura. Look at this. The camera underneath the glass so he can oh my god. But the best part is right here. Hold on. I'm not even going to bring that up. That's fucking crazy. But going inside the fucking ball, I was just sitting spread out, just letting this movie blast me with aura. Look at this shit. And this is the point of the film where you're like, I'm understanding why these two guys fucking hate each other. How do you do this? And what's crazy is that this movie isn't nominated. Is it? The Oscars forgot it existed. Are you kidding me? There's shots in this movie where I'm like, I don't know how he did that. I don't know how the fuck you do that with your camera. I would rather not know. I don't even want to look it up. I'd rather be in the dark. And yet the people, the fucking Academy's like, give it to Emilia Perez. Who cares? Give it to Wicked. Are you kidding me? Look at how this movie looks. And think about how Wicked looks. Look at the color. Look at the color. It's so vibrant without being over the top. Because if it was too bright, if it was like The Substance is like fucking neon pink, and it needs to be neon pink. But here, if it looked like that, it'd look weird. It wouldn't fit. I can't understand why this movie got nothing. Nothing. It's my number one of the year. I love this movie. It is immediately in like my pantheon. And people would say recency bias, but like there's sometimes you watch a movie and you're like, this is everything I like in a movie. This is everything that I want in a film. I love a movie that takes something that you generally wouldn't give a fuck about. Like, oh, this is a movie about a tennis match. It's a tennis battle. But its framework elevates it beyond that basic premise. It elevates it to a degree that you didn't think you'd give a fuck about. You know? It's on the Mount Olympus immediately. It is like Tar in a way. You're right. Like Tar, it's a movie about a composer who's a little fucked up. You'd think you wouldn't care about that, but the presentation brings it up. But for me, this is more engaging for me. This is a lot more engaging. You know? When you can take something and be like, this movie is basically one long fight scene. However, that fight scene is a tennis match. That's just so genius to me. And the fact that you can keep me engaged, you can keep me immersed so seamlessly. I highly recommend it. It is the must-watch movie of this year, in my opinion. This and The Substance. I feel like some of you guys out there who are a little too young might watch The Substance and you'll feel yucky watching it. I get it. You'll feel yucky and you won't like it. But I think anybody can watch this film and enjoy it. So easily. If you don't like it, you're weird to me. You're a fucking weirdo. Okay. Anyway. Anora is next on the list. I'm going to watch Anora immediately. Also, another movie that I haven't finished, but I know I will like, is Hundreds of Beavers. I started Hundreds of Beavers, one day. I turned it on. I'm like, oh, I heard this movie was good. And I turned it on. But then I had friends over, so I couldn't finish it. And I was really busy. So I'm like, I know that I'm going to love this, so I'm going to get back to it when I can. I haven't had time. I was going to watch it yesterday, and then I got busy. I'm very upset that I couldn't finish it and watch it for this, or talk about it for this video. Same thing with I Saw the TV Glow. That's a big missed opportunity for me. I meant to watch it in time, but I've been so busy. So I'm sorry. I couldn't cover everything, you know? Couldn't cover everything. I told you I didn't watch as many things this year because I had a lot of stuff going on that I'm not going to get into. And like originally when we did Cosmonaut catch up, I would do like 5 things and I'd really talk about them a lot. And I didn't have time. Or well, I should say last year, I think I watched too many things and I didn't get to focus on, I didn't get to talk about all of them as much as I would have liked to, right? So here, I'm talking about the things that I really had strong opinions on. Okay? Like, I didn't watch Agatha all along. I could have rush watched it and thrown it into this video, but I don't wanna. You know? I don't wanna. This past year, I had a lot of things I missed. Okay? But we got one more thing, and I did rush watch this for this video. I did rush it out. Let's put this here. This is something I hadn't seen, and I made sure to watch it just so I could talk about it and you guys won't get mad at me, okay? Because if I skipped every fucking comic book thing, you guys would burn me at the stake, all right? I get it. I gotta pay the bills. I made you guys eat your broccoli. Ooh, forgot to turn the audio off. I watched Penguins of Madagascar. I kind of liked it. I kind of liked it. Would I say I loved it? No. But I liked it. I thought it was good. I don't think it was peak. Because I was going to go into this and I was going to completely remove Batman from my brain. I was going to completely be like, I'm just going to watch this as its own thing, right? I'm going to watch this as its own story. But the movie opens up with the theme song from the Batman. And then I was like, well, I'm thinking about Batman now. I'm thinking I want Batman. I want Batman. I like Batman, right? You know what I mean? But I think that this show surprised me in a lot of ways that I was very grateful for. You know? There's always that little bug in the back of my brain, that little cape shit bug in the back of my brain that says, God, I want Batman to show up. And I can't kill that bug. I'm sorry. I can't. I tried to fry it with a fucking laser. I tried to kill that bug. But I couldn't, man. I wanted Batman. It made me, the main reason I think that I didn't love this show is because, as you guys know, in the past, like, month or so, they announced that Batman Part 2 got delayed to 2027 or something, you know? Basically a million years from now, you know? And I had not watched Penguin when that got announced. So when I read that, I was like, I don't care. The Batman came out years ago for me. I'm already past it. Like, I'll wait. I'm fine. I'll wait, you know? But then I watched this and I'm like, fuck, I don't want to wait now. I don't want to wait for Batman. I want Batman. I want Batman. It made me mad. This show made me hungry for more, and that pissed me off. You know? I got bamboozled. But I would say that is because this show is actually good. Now, I will say, for me, this show starts off hot. This show starts off really good. And then, like, around, like, the middle, leading up to, like, episode 4 and 5, I was kind of like, it's okay. Like, it's watchable. It's not bad, but like the story isn't really yanking me in. But then past episode 5, near like the last chunk of the show, I was very engaged again. I'll say this show looks great, but it doesn't look as good as the Batman because it can't. You can't have a show that looks as good as the Batman in every episode. That's impossible. That's just not feasible. It's not reasonable to want that. So I'm okay with that. I think that it should not be understated that this looks better than any other fucking comic book show out there right now. You know? If you like shows, or if you like media that looks good, this is as good as a superhero show, comic book show can look. When people were saying this is like The Sopranos, no, not at all, actually. Not even a little bit. I get why the layman would say something like that, but this is nothing like The Sopranos. It has an overweight main character with a receding hairline who has a funny accent. That is about the only thing I can say about it. Otherwise, it is nothing like The Sopranos. And I think that's good. If this show was like The Sopranos, I probably wouldn't like it as much. I like The Sopranos, but I like that The Sopranos is The Sopranos. You know what I mean? I want this to feel like a comic book show, and I feel like it does. There is a series, Gotham PD, that I read when I was in high school. I haven't read it recently, so I don't know if it holds up. But I remember I really liked it because it shows you a side of Gotham that is completely separate from Batman. It shows you how this city functions when Batman's not around. And I feel like fleshing out Gotham as a character like that is so fascinating. And this show does that very well for this version of Gotham. I was very happy to see that this is just set the week after the Riddler floods the city. Gotham Central, that was it. Gotham Central. Yeah, Gotham Central. Not Gotham PD, Gotham Central. That was what it was called. I thought that was a really good show. Or comic. Sorry, my brain's fried. Let's put on another fucking trailer or something, right? Hey. Hi, Colin. I think that this version of Gotham gets fleshed out so nicely in a way that just makes you hungry to see Batman come out and fucking kill this guy. I can't believe I'm saying this, but by the end of this show, I'm like, Batman, you need to fucking kill this guy. I need you to shoot him in the head with a gun. Forget everything I said, Batman. Zack Snyder, bring Batman out, pull him up by the collar, and give him a gun and make him shoot this motherfucker. I don't mean that. That was a joke. I don't mean that. I don't want to lose my credibility as a Batman enjoyer, okay? But no, I love that this show is about an unrepentantly evil motherfucker. I love that they did not have a moment where they made him honorable, where they made him selfless. He fucks over everybody he knows. It is the fact that I love it. The whole character trait that we connect to him for the whole series is that he lies. And that may seem simple, but it is disgusting the level at which this character is committed to being a liar. I love that they made him a piece of shit. For like the middle chunk of the show, I was like, I'm kind of like not like very invested in Oz's story. Because I feel like it's balancing between him and what's her name? Sophia? Is that the lady's name? The other lady. I think of her as the girl from 30 Rock who says, "I'm a very sexy baby." She's very funny in that episode. Yeah, Sophia. Her story is engaging in a different way, and I feel like she gets a lot more time, a lot more character development in the middle of the show than he gets. I feel like her story was a little unbalanced for me. I still liked her a lot, but I think her jump to from innocent little precious innocent baby to evil murderous gangster, I feel like that gap in between was a little muddy for me, you know? And yeah, I think her story was a little unsubtle. I agree with that. Like, not bad, but like just a little. I would have liked it to be a little less on the nose. You know, that she's I've become the thing that I claim to hate. Like that kind of story has to be done subtly for me because it's done in every show that's about evil people. You know, it's like, oh no, I've become the thing that I've sworn never to become. That's that's Sopranos. Yeah, I mean, like, if you want to be really technical about it. But yeah, she is bad as hell. So whatever, who cares? But no, I think Colin Farrell, that dude looks at the penguin fat suit like the Green Goblin mask. He claims to hate the makeup in the fat suit, but he transforms when he puts it on. There were like I didn't watch any like the post episode things until the last episode. So I binge watched this entire show and I legitimately forgot it was Colin Farrell. And I watch the Batman like every few months, right? But for some reason in this show he completely transforms. He completely morphs into this disgusting scumbag. And I think it's just so refreshing that he doesn't become redeemable in any way, shape, or form by the end of the show. Because for a second, they show you that he kind of wishes, he kind of envisions himself as something bigger and more noble than he is. But he will never become that. And I think that's great. He got his top hat. It's true. I always criticize the Marvel shows for the fact that most of them exist so that by the end of the show, the character gets their cool, iconic costume. And you get this big shot of them dressed up in their costume with their gear. And you're like, oh, it's like in the comic. He looks like he looks in the comic now. Right? And that's every Marvel show. This show kind of does that too, but like in a way where you're like, oh no, he's in his iconic costume. He's a full-on scumbag now. Oh, fuck. What did we... At what cost? You know what I mean? I think it was great. I think... You know, I'm actually convincing myself that I liked it a lot more than I thought I did. You know? The fact that this left me hungry for more, I think that's something that I have to give it props for. You know? It turned me into a person who was like, I can wait for the Batman. I don't care. You know, whatever. It turned me into someone who's like, I can't wait for the Batman now. I can't wait. I'm chomping at the fucking bit for Batman now. But I love that Batman's not in it too. I have to say, like, as much as I was like, the bug in the back of my brain was like, where the fuck is Batman, dude? Where the fuck is Batman? I want to see Batman. I can't stop thinking about Batman. I'm so glad that they did not rely on that. It shows like a very good level of restraint that a Disney show would never have, that a Marvel show would never do. You know? I'm very happy that this show is fully committed to just fleshing out this character and turning him into the scumbag that you want him to be. I didn't think that this would be a transformative story for this character. You know, I didn't think that I would be at the end of this show, I would see Penguin differently than I do in the Batman, because the Penguin at the end of Batman is not the same guy that exists at the end of this show. You know what I mean? And that is again something the Disney Plus Marvel shows do not handle well. So, I think that this was a pretty good show. I liked it. I really loved that, like, her episode where they show you like what exactly happened to her. I love an episode like that where you are left on a cliffhanger. You don't know what's going to happen next, but fuck you, we're doing a whole episode that's a backstory. I love that. I love when you keep me hanging. Make me wait another week, you know? And yeah, the performances were great. I already said Colin Farrell was crazy. Mr. Krabs is crazy in this show. He does a very good job with what little screen time he gets. But his mom, the lady who plays his mom, she that was one of the best performances I've seen all year. I'm not even gonna lie. She was so good. Anyway, I really liked it. I really liked it. I'll give it a 9. Nah, 9. I think a 9's a little high. I think I'm still riding the high of how good like the last few episodes were. I will. I know that if I come back to this, I'll give it an 8. So I'll give it an 8.5. I'll give it an 8.5. That's where we'll sit. A 9 is high for me. Honestly, a 9 is high for me. So anyway, that's all we're talking about right now. That's all. Well, that's not all we're talking about now. I do have one more thing. But as for things that have already come out, that is all I have to talk about from the things that I watched over this past year, right? But there's one more thing. There's one more little thing. I was gonna do a little bit of things I'm most anticipated for. You know, video games and shows and movies that I really am looking forward to this year. Okay? And I made I started making a little list. I had a few things that I had written down. And it turned out I didn't want to talk about any of them. I didn't want to talk about any of that shit. I had most anticipated game was Mark of the Wolves or City of the Wolves, Fatal Fury. I'm gonna play the fuck out of that game. 2XKO, I'm gonna play the fuck out of that game. Mickey 17, very excited for that movie, but I haven't watched the trailers and I don't want to watch the trailers. I don't like watching trailers for movies that I'm gonna watch. Like unless it's a superhero movie, I'll watch a trailer for a superhero movie. But I didn't want to watch anything for Mickey because I don't want any shot spoiled for me. You know what I mean? Because you'll get shit spoiled for you. I don't like that. Daredevil, I was gonna talk about Daredevil, but I didn't want to because I only want to talk about Superman. Okay? Where's my fucking Superman trailer? I don't give a fuck about anything that's coming next year. I don't give a shit. I only care about Superman. All right? This trailer legitimately changed my brain chemistry. I cannot. So, the teaser trailer came out, right? The teaser trailer just had like crowd shots, remember? Like it just had like little shots of the crowd reacting to stuff, and people were like, "Ooh, this looks kind of bad. This looks kind of like not great. I don't like the way this is shot." When I saw that, I was like, "Oh, this is basically stock footage. This is stuff that they had on the cutting room floor that might not even be in the movie, but it's to get us hyped." Right? And I went to bed, and I'm like, in my head as I'm going to bed, I'm like, "Oh, Superman trailer is going to be out when I wake up. I guess I'll watch that." I woke up, opened my phone, watched the trailer, and I had tears in my eyes. That has never happened for a movie trailer in my life. And it was the second this happens. Where is it? It's like halfway through. Right here, got me. It got me. I was like, the fact, that is not an accident. Let me just tell you right now, it is not an accident that the first thing we see Superman do, other than lay in the snow with his ass fucking kicked, which is also significant, what's the first fucking thing James Gunn shows us is him saving an innocent person. That is him, that is fully intentional. Everything about this trailer is fucking intentional. The next thing we see is Lex Luthor being a fucking dickhead. Most of this trailer is hope and optimism. It's not even him saying, "Fuck you, Zack Snyder." It's him saying Superman has been done dirty. No one gives a fuck about Superman. How can I make people love Superman again? With the fact that the trailer doesn't even have the title of the movie on it. That is so fucking raw. It just says, July, you'll be there. We know. You know who this is. No title. Fuck you. Even when you see this in the theater, it doesn't have the title. When you watch this in the movie theater, it still doesn't tell you the title. You guys remember what I was telling you about when I was watching Sonic? Those kids, those bad kids, right? You remember that? When these kids we were all watching the trailers together, and I was sitting next to my girlfriend, like, oh, these kids are going to be bad, dude. This movie's going to suck. This trailer comes on right before Sonic, right? And when Superman falls down here, the kids were like, one kid said, I don't give a fuck about Superman. Who gives a fuck about Superman? This fucking 6-year-old kid says this, right? The second the music kicked in, that was the only time these kids shut the fuck up in that whole theater experience. The second the music kicked in, they were gagged. They shut their damn mouths. And when the trailer ended, they were like, I want to see that. Oh, I want to take me to see that. I want to see that too. Like 1 minute ago, they weren't just fucking talking shit. And that's because James Gunn does not fucking miss. This motherfucker does not miss. He has not made a bad superhero movie. All right? He has never missed as far as a superhero movie goes. Why would he miss with this one? Everything he says about this movie oozes confidence. He seems to fully understand what it takes to tell a compelling story about this character. You know? This is the only thing I care about. This is the only thing I'm going to talk about, post about. If this movie sucks, we are becoming a Buffy channel. Okay? Just get yourself ready for it. If you don't like when I talk about Buffy, too bad. Go subscribe to somebody else. Because if this movie sucks, I'm out. I am out. I'm not fucking watching anything else. I'm done with TV shows and movies that come out for the rest of the time. I'm never going to watch a movie again. I'm just going to watch Buffy on repeat. Okay? People have asked about Fantastic Four. I haven't seen anything from Fantastic Four. I have heard things from my contacts, my secret spies on the inside, that have me very interested and excited. Right? But I haven't seen anything from that movie, so I can't care that much. I cared about this because I need it to be good. You know? Personally, I need people to stop saying Superman is boring, Superman sucks, who gives a fuck. I need to stop hearing that from people on the street. Or I'm going to go postal. I have been hearing that for my entire life. Knowing that these people are fucking full of shit. Right? And I need a good movie to come out so those people don't exist anymore. I need those people to have their brains molded into the correct way of thinking. And that way of thinking is that Superman is the blueprint. You, look at me. You like superheroes. Even if you don't think you do, you do. Superheroes are myth reformed for the modern day. It's David and Goliath. It is fucking Odysseus. It's Hercules. It's stories we've been telling each other since we could tell stories. And we just changed them a little bit so that they're more palatable for us. But we have been doing this for all of human history. So yes, you like superheroes, even if you don't think you do. Okay? And he's the blueprint. He's the fucking blueprint for superheroes. You like Superman, you just don't think you do. When I saw people on Twitter being like, wow, that was kind of cool. I didn't think I'd care about this. Why am I so excited for Superman all of a sudden? Wait, you're so close. You're so close to understanding. You're this close. You already did. You just haven't been shown this yet. You haven't been shown Superman in a good context. You never read a comic book with Superman in it. Maybe you watched some Justice League episodes, but that doesn't count. Sorry. I have strong opinions on this. You know, I always say that the most shocking thing to me about superhero movies being popular is that my mom knows who Thanos is. You know? I remember I went out to eat with family friends one time, and my friend's uncle, this like older dude, Gen Xer, he's like, "Oh, I love Thor. I think Thor's such a cool character. I love those movies with him and Loki. I love those. And Hulk is so cool." This guy has never read a comic book. And he says he loves Loki and Thor. Right? Everybody knows who Thanos the Mad Titan is. Everybody knows what an Infinity Gem is. They never read a comic book before. They don't give a fuck about comic books. But they know these things. They are in their public consciousness. They think Thanos is cool. Because they had a movie show them a cool version of this character, right? I remember when Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 came out. Rocket Raccoon was in the game. Guardians of the Galaxy had not come out yet. And everybody said, "Who the fuck is this stupid character?" I remember that. I went to the fucking the food hall at my college, and I was having a conversation with my friend. He's like, "Why'd they add that stupid fucking character? Why didn't they add someone cool? Why the fuck they put who the fuck is Rocket Raccoon?" What, fucking 2 years later, Rocket Raccoon is everybody's favorite little goblin. Right? Those same people for years have been saying, "I don't give a fuck about Superman. I don't care about Superman." Yeah, that's right. You probably don't. It's not your fault. You've never given a reason to care. Because only people watch movies. That's the only way people digest these characters is with movies and shows. So I need this movie to be good. I need it, or I will lose my mind. So from this day until July, what is it? 11th? Yeah, I figured it was 11th. From now until July 11th, we are on Superman Hopium hype train. All right? Mount up for Superman. And let me just say, people have been saying if the movie comes out, I'm gonna be fully huffing the copium, and I'm gonna say it's good even if it's not. That's not true. I've never done that. You guys know I am a contrarian. Hell, if this movie's awesome and I don't like it, I'll still say I don't like it. Okay? I stand by my principles. I always have. And it is rare to see me hype for this hype for a movie. I don't get excited for movies because I always know I can be disappointed. I'm not even excited for the third Spider-Verse movie because I don't even think it's coming out. You know what I mean? I expect to be disappointed. But for this one time, for this one instance, I'm looking at all the factors. I'm looking at the fact that this movie, regardless of if it's good or not, will make a lot of money. Because people will take their kids to see a Superman movie. It's just a fact. The fact that Wicked made $1 bajillion and it looks like shit is a testament to the fact that some things will just make money, okay? And Superman is this thing. It will make money. But also the fact that James Gunn hasn't missed. This trailer is amazing. It shows me everything. I want to see every scene that is in this trailer. I have no questions about it. Right? There's almost no competition. I am accepting in my brain that I will, for this one time, be excited and hotly anticipate a movie. Just once. And if it lets me down, again, we're done with movies. We're doing Buffy forever. We're doing Buffy channel until I die. I'm going to be analyzing the fucking costuming on Buffy. That's going to be the videos you guys get, okay? I'm not even saying I expect this movie to be perfect. I'm expecting to have problems with it. I'm expecting to have criticisms, whatever. But it has to at least be good. It needs to do for Superman what the Guardians of the Galaxy movie did for those fucking characters, okay? Which is something crazy that I should not even have to say. Because people know who Superman is. They didn't know who fucking Star-Lord was. But Superman needs good PR. He needs it. I do not care about any of the other DC movies they're making. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Supergirl movie? Sure, whatever. I'll watch it, but I don't care about it. None of that matters if this sucks, in my opinion. And yes, if Fantastic Four sucks, we're going to be a Bluey channel. We're going to be analyzing the story, the plot development of Bluey and the character arcs. Yep. Yeah. So, that's all I got to say about that. July 11th. Superman hype train. So yeah, I'm not doing any Oscar predictions this year because I haven't seen a lot of the Oscar nominations. I do not want to watch The Brutalist because there are things in that film that I morally object to. I've seen clips from Emilia Perez, and I immediately knew I will not be watching that movie. Absolutely no way I'm watching that shit. And the other movies that I want to watch, I'll get to eventually. You know, I'm gonna watch Nora. I plan on it. I just didn't have time. The Shyamalan video knocked my ass out, guys. I'm not gonna lie. It knocked me out. I made that video while I was having fever dreams. I don't even know. If I rewatch that video, I'd probably see shit that I don't even remember putting in there. So. And I'm not saying that, like, movies sucked this year. I'm not saying that, like, there's a lot of people who are like, well, Hollywood didn't put out anything good this year. That's not true. People say that about video games also, and that's just not true. There's always good stuff. You're just not seeing it. So, yeah. That's all the things I had a very strong opinion on. That's all I got. 3 hours? Damn. I feel like that's a little long compared to our other Cosmonaut catch-ups, right? Anyway, that's all I got for you guys today. I have not eaten. I'm hungry. I'm hyped for Superman. I will, everything else that you guys are saying, did I watch yada yada? The answer is probably no. I couldn't get to everything. I just didn't have time. I had a lot going on this year. But this coming year, you're gonna get more videos from me. My life is back to normal. You're gonna get more videos. In fact, I've got a Marvel Rivals video possibly planned for next month. So first thing that you guys are gonna get is this stream edited down for all the people who couldn't make it. Okay? And then I have a little cute Marvel Rivals something that I'm gonna give you guys. It's not really anything related to the game, but it's something you guys will like, I think. I should do comic run guides for other stuff. It's interesting you said that. That's what we're talking about right now. Hee hee, tee hee, ha ha. Will this be a VOD? Okay, so since I show movie trailers and show trailers and clips and stuff, usually the VODs for these get taken down, unfortunately. So I will try. But if it doesn't, if you don't see the VOD for this, that is why. Sometimes with all the trailers I play, we get in trouble. So I'm sorry. But that's why we do the compilation, edit it down. Where can you watch if there's a VOD? It would be, I'm going to try to put it on the VOD channel, and I'm going to try to put it on the Twitch highlights, like the Twitch archive thing down below. So, yes, if I didn't talk about something that you guys were asking about, I probably didn't watch it. I probably ain't seen it. Or I might be making a video on it in the future. Craven the Hunter, I heard is really funny. So when I watch it, if it's funny enough, I'll make a full video on it. So, anyway, let's run through the subs. Make sure I didn't miss anybody because I hate missing subs. It makes me very upset and very sad. Thank you, Limp Steady, for the bits. Thank you, Two Tone Moonstone. Thank you, Green Hood, for the bits. Thank you, Hot Coco Gaming. Thank you, Spencer M. Thank you, Mielist Besser. I think that's everybody, actually. That was from an hour ago. Cool. So, that's all I got for you guys today. I'm going to go eat a sandwich because I'm really hungry. Go watch all the things I talked about, even if they sucked. Form your own opinion. See if you like it. See if you agree. See if you don't agree. I'll never tell you not to watch something, even if I don't like it. I find that this Cosmonaut catch-up was a little negative. It was a little negative. But it's fun to be critical of the things, even if we do like them. I'll say the things that we talked about that I liked, I loved. I loved them. But go form your own opinion. Go watch the stuff that I talked about. And I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.